Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everybody for all the love and support recently with getting this thing off the ground. It's been absolutely phenomenal. We've been slowly picking away at things on the railway and just trying to get some engines running and some cars fixed and bring you guys some content. It's going to be slow going for me as I have to do a move and a transfer, and I've got work and everything else, and we're still dealing with our passing of our father and that stuff. So this here is just going to be a labor of love over the next while to help deal with everything and to expand on what he had here and keep his dream running. So today we're just out here at the house. My brother and I had to do some stuff, so we were outside in the yard cleaning up and that, and I decided to come in and go through some things. We've got so many trains, boxes, crates, bins, boxes, more boxes and bags and boxes and tags. Sound like the Grinch in here. I'm gonna need some help from everybody out there, from all of you out there in the railroad community. I'm definitely gonna need some help, and it's gonna be to help identify a lot of these engines. I know these old school Santa Fe 23s. This is one of the originals. There's another one up there, and there's a Pennsylvania to go with it, and an Ohio. Those were my grandfather's, so they're very old, they're very heavy, and they work beautifully. There's other things like the 9162, this New York Central 5007, what vintage that would be. These are really heavy steel cars that go with it. The Waterloo counties. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so some of this stuff is actually here. Ayr and St. Jacobs is just outside of Cambridge in London. So stuff like this is really home and central for me being here in Ontario, but also we did get a lot of our town and city names from Europe. So they could be from over there, which is a possibility. I'm going to need your help in identifying a lot of stuff. So if you see anything in the video, pause it, tell me the timestamp, and tell me what the engine is, tell me anything about the cars. If you've got any information about any of it, please leave it in the comments below. I want to hear everything. I've been writing everything down and putting it with a bunch of engines and stuff up on there, and there's so many more to go through. It's incredible. One of my favorites that I don't think he had any out running. I don't think, what are those? Those are those Kansas ones. We've got a half a dozen of these, which that one looks like it needs to be rebuilt. There's so many engines, but one of them is the old Santa Fe's, and I don't think they're very rare. I think they were more of a cheaper one, and I could be wrong, but they look like this. I absolutely love these trains and these engines. They look so cool with the graphics. They look awesome. They've got such an old school vibe. I just don't know what era they are. This one obviously is missing its bottom. So there's, oh, it was in the box with it. Oh yeah, there it is there. Yeah, everything's there. The rollers, the wheels, the drive shafts. As you can see, I'm going to have my work cut out for me, but I love these Santa Fe's. I really love the look of them. They're amazing. There's another 9156 here. That CN right there, sitting there. Multiple cars. Then there's this old steel AC and whatever that is. You can just tell by the gear drive in this thing that it's a little bit different. And then there's all kinds of stuff. This was his little work table. So I have my work cut out for me. I did grow up doing this. There's pictures of me when I was a baby playing with my grandfather's trains. This one train, this I believe it's a Baldwin S12. I think somebody told me in the comments in a previous video that this is an S12. It's an Etherian Great Northern, but it's a Baldwin S12 diesel. This engine is in this picture here from when I was 21 months old playing on my grandfather's railway, because that belonged to him. I'm not sure what year range that is, but I know it's been around a very long time because I'm almost 43. So 40 years ago, I was playing with that train, and I have pictures of it, and that's what that picture is. So that's pretty cool. A lot of this other stuff in here was all built from my grandfather and my dad. All the oil yard and stuff, and then the collection through. And then there's just newer things. So there's just been engines I've been working on and getting them tuned up. And while we were here with Dad before he passed, and we've got a trolley car system that's in here with 2 trolleys. There's one there. That's Dad's, and then this one here belonged to my grandfather. So the plan for this center section where that access hole was for like a circus and a Ferris wheel after he built that unbelievable ski resort in the back, which I want to still get the ski lift actually operational. He wanted to put a circus and everything, so I'd still like to follow through with like some kind of like Six Flags in the middle of here and do that, maybe a little bit of Canada's Wonderland or something. So I'm not uneducated in the railway hobby. I've been in it my whole life. I understand wiring very well. I'm very good at wiring. The artistic side of me, this is where my job as a custom painter and a pinstriper and an airbrush artist and doing restorations on vehicles came from, was my father. He's very creative and artistic. So that isn't the issue. I'm very mechanically inclined because we build all our own hot rods and cars, and I understand all this stuff. It's just going to take time. What I found at somebody in my 40s while we were here with my father was that sitting back as he was building this, sitting down here in the morning while he was having a tea or a coffee and just chilling, I forgot how relaxing this hobby is. I forgot how soothing it is just to sit here and run the trains, prep the track, move some stuff, add some trees, go out and find the trees. There's pictures of me when I was a little kid, like 2-3 years old, walking the railways between Chatsworth and Holland Center and Owen Sound up here and on the peninsula, and finding sumacs and doing all this and picking all that stuff and bags of it. And my mom and I would sit and we'd do it all while he was building the layouts. I'm excited for that again. And I find it very soothing as I get older to just sit and chill in the morning peacefully and just tinker. I love it. I love it. I'm becoming an old man very quickly, but I'm loving it. I'm going to embrace it. So I want to thank everybody for all the comments and all the love and all the support over on Instagram and TikTok and here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I want to thank the big channels like Sam's Trains, RBB Trains, Main Track. You guys have responded to me in the comments and reached out anytime I've had a question. It's been awesome. I want to keep that community going. During all of this, I'm going to need your help. So please leave a comment down below of anything you see, something you might know the year of, something you might know that is rare or where it actually came from or stemmed from, the engines, any details, any information you guys have, because if it doesn't get passed down from generation to generation, we're going to get lost. And I've been through this with old cars. I've been through this with learning how to do artwork and hand lettering and pinstriping, where the old guys wanted to keep all this stuff for themselves and not share it. And that became a major problem because then you can't figure out what happens when anybody passes. And I've talked to my dad for so long about all this stuff, especially knowing he was going to pass. And I'm still left with what the hell is some of this stuff and I don't have answers anymore. So I'm going to rely on everybody to help out. And this is what we need to do as a community, is to make this a bigger thing, because there are a lot of young kids that still love this stuff. I've got a nephew right now who absolutely loves playing with his little wooden toy trains, and he's going to lose his marbles when he sees this, when he comes out here, just like I did when I was a little kid playing with them in these pictures. So it's an amazing hobby, and it's awesome, and it teaches you a whole bunch of stuff. It teaches you construction, teaches you electrical, teaches you wiring, maintenance, mechanical. It's actually really good for young people to get into. So we got to try and keep it alive. So everybody out there, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Help me keep my dad's dream alive here, and let's make this thing bigger and better. I've got trains in here that can't run on this track because they're too long. They are big. They're HO, but they're long, and they need a 52-degree radius turn. Like, they need bigger radius. So I think I'm going to have to extend and come under, and that's if it stays in the house. It might go to the shop and go into the garage in the back, into the addition. I don't know yet. But for now, we're just having too much fun, playing with dad's stuff, remembering my father. It's a great way to remember him with how recent everything was with his passing, because I miss him like crazy. So all I can do is keep his memory alive, keep playing with his trains, and his dad's trains, and his dad's trains, and bring everybody along for the ride. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.